gimmicks. Yeah. No gimmicks, taking over, no limits. Motivation, the truth inside everything you are hearing. Reporting live, know you feel it. Wrestling is everything that we will know with special meaning. We on it live with no gimmicks. No gimmicks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Todd Smith here once again, alongside my tag team partner Dale Clifford out there in Fernley, Nevada. Welcome to yet another episode of the No Gimmicks Podcast, broadcasting on the 3 and Out Radio Network. Dale, what's good, my man?
What is up, Todd? Good to be back again. So this one will be kind of interesting. We're going to do a tag team interview in sort of a quad box, even though not everybody will actually see it, but there will be 4 different perspectives here. So this is the very first time that we've actually had 4 different connections here.
Yes, indeed. We're covering a lot of ground here. We got myself out here in Connecticut, Dale out in Fernley, and we got my man Jackson Shadowz and Austin Shadowz. They are known combined as the Hounds of Hades out there in North Carolina and Virginia. What's good, fellas? How y'all doing this evening?
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you having the Hounds up.
Definitely, man. So, hey, these guys are members of the Shine Squad. We've had Bridget and Sean Cruz on, also RJ Muthaflippin Morgan. We're actually going to get to that a little bit further in the show, a challenge that he had laid out for one of you two. But first things first here, how long have you two been in the business, and who trained you guys?
Jackson, I'll let you go first, brother.
All right. I've been in the business now 4 years. I trained here in Virginia Beach at SPW, Southside Pro Wrestling. And after about a year of me training, I started hitting some shows, started doing some work, building up a little bit of a career. And then, about a year ago, me and Austin decided to stop being in singles and be a tag team. So for the last year and a half, we've been wrecking shop.
Okay. Any other info you guys got about that, or?
Austin's been in the business a lot longer than me, so let him take it on.
All right, Austin, what you got?
Tuesday will actually be my 8th year anniversary from my very first match.
Okay.
I was originally trained by Shine Squad member DA Assassin. I am currently at the Shine Squad every Sunday. Every other Saturday, I am training with the Bulldog Academy under Sean Denny in Ahoskie, North Carolina. Like Jackson said, we started tag teaming in October of 2016. Since then, we have accumulated tag titles in both Shockwave Wrestling North Carolina out of Havelock. We've got the tag titles in Edge Pro Wrestling that was based out of Nashville, North Carolina as well.
That we never lost.
We never lost. We resigned the titles. Shockwave, we had a 244-day reign, which we're proud about. As a singles competitor, I have been the Saturday Night Mayhem Championship hardcore champion. So careful challenging me to hardcore things. Been the Excalibur champion out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And my most noted title reign was I am the final NWA North Carolina champion before they got bought and ended all the independent titles. So proud to say that.
Right on. Good stuff, fellas. All right, Dale, what you got next for the Hounds of Hades?
So what would you guys say are your signature and finishing moves?
Our signature move would be called the Hell's Bells. That is our most infamous move. What we do is Jackson, my brother, takes and lifts people up into the fireman's carry position. I give a super kick, which causes the opponent to whip around, and Jackson delivers a flapjack.
Nice.
Jackson, I'll let you go ahead and explain the finisher, brother.
Well, finisher, we've had a couple, and you got to experiment. Especially being a new tag team that we were. So we went through a couple power bomb, neck breaker, and people didn't want to wrestle us because of that finisher, because they didn't want to take it because we broke a few noses with it. And so then we decided with a little pop-up cutter, what some people will call a 3D, but the way Austin delivers that cutter, man, it's nasty. It ain't your normal 3D, that's for damn sure. But yeah, that's our finisher.
Okay. Good stuff here. So now, next question I have for you guys is, because it seems like each one of you have had a different story here. How exactly did you two become members of the Shine Squad?
Well, the original story behind the Shine Squad goes like this. There is a show that used to be annual called the Shane Alex Small Rumble to Remember. We did a reunion of the show after a few years. Shane was my nephew, and one of the members of the Shine Squad who no longer wrestles, his name's Freddie. His son passed away, and that's what the memorial is.
Okay.
But we brought the show back for 2017, and everybody kind of, had a little ring rust besides, like Jackson, myself, a few of us who had continued wrestling. So there's a place called Shine, North Carolina, and there's a facility there ran by Cole Cash D, who is the promoter of High Volume Pro Wrestling out of Kinston, North Carolina. We all come together there. It was originally used by Cash and Kendall Williams and myself to train the Edge Pro Wrestling trainees, and then the rest of the group come. So after the trainees, we would have the experience group, and then the trainees, the school, that part closed down. Besides Cash's, Cash still has his training sessions there, and then the rest of us continued to come, and it was we noticed it was a collective thing. We all had common goals, common things. A lot of the members had already trained previously together. Jackson being a tag team and being brothers. So it was more than a clique. It was more than a club. It was a squad. And it was based in Shine, North Carolina. So what better than call ourselves the Shine Squad? Because what do we do? We each other up. We make each other better. We all come from collective different styles. We might have trained under the same tree, so to speak, but everybody brings something unique to the table. So, sign you up, baby.
Right on. I could definitely get down with that. Good stuff, man. Appreciate that info. Del, what you got next for these two?
So I would assume kind of the initial thought is with the name Hounds of Hades that you guys are kind of heelish, but is that correct? Is that you guys work more of a heel than a face tag team?
Oh, yeah.
That's correct.
So now let's talk about your guys' look here for a second, because you guys have kind of a cool look. And I think I told you the other day in our little group discussion that we had through Facebook Instant Messenger, I kind of saw a little bit of aces and eights mixed in with almost like, I kind of had to think this one over. Almost Mortis. Remember Mortis from WCW, Chris Canyon's gimmick?
Yes.
Like with the skull and all that stuff. I think it was kind of like a knockoff Mortal Kombat thing. So I guess what really kind of helped inspire that whole look and the name to begin with, I guess.
Okay. I'll start with the name, and then Jackson can explain the look, because he really has credit there really for that one.
Okay.
The name came from, we originally come about as quick backstory. The way we become a team was I was doing my thing, Jackson was doing his. He wanted to be a tag team, and I was definitely not for it because so many partners before I had been with, they do the same thing. Hey, man, I would love to be your partner. Let's do this thing. 2-3 months in, 4 months in, they don't want to wrestle no more because they don't have the commitment, which happens a lot in this profession. You get hurt, you realize, hey, it's not what I want to do. So, we finally broke it, and I was like, let's do it, man. There was a promotion out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, named Next Evolution Wrestling, which is our home promotion. I'm doing really good at plugging here, by the way.
Good stuff.
They had a tag tournament coming up, so we was like, let's do it. Let's finish. I originally wore black and gold gear. It had dragons. We was like, let's be the Dragon Brothers. And I was like, I feel like that's going to be the Karate Kid remake. That's not meant to happen. So we thought, let's do Blood and Beards because we're both bearded. We're both brothers. That'll work. Well, that wasn't the case that we needed to do. We won't fill in that. So finally, we both like horror movies. We both like heavy metal and whatnot. And we both love the movie The Devil's Rejects. Problem is copyright interfere with that. So I have this bad habit. I like things to be really scientific. So I was like, let's call ourselves Disciple of Anubis or something like that. Something that's your typical white and black, so to speak. So then we was like, well, we could be the Hellhounds. And then I was like, I don't want to be associated with hell. And unfortunately, it still happened. So I was like, how about Hades? Let's be the Lord of the underworld.
Right.
Let's let that be who we are. So we thought on it, and we both agreed on it. And then, Jackson, take it over with the look, bud.
Yeah, so once we decided on the name, the Hounds of Hades, I was toying around with a bunch of different ideas. I wanted our look to be, strong, mean, scary, and I had shot Austin a few ideas of some different masks that I wanted to try. To try to go along with what he originally had said, because if you look into the mythology of it, the dogs that were the guards, they wore this certain mask. But it wasn't evil enough. And like he said, he wanted to kind of stay away from the hell thing, but with Hades comes hell. So it dawned on me to get these masks made that were the skeletons of our souls that we had taken. And because that's what we do, we reap souls. And so I ordered these masks from Ukraine, and they were made for us. And a little quick story on it: when we got them made, the guy shot me a message and said, "Look, there's a chance that the Russian government will seize the package and take it."
Right.
So he said that if they did, he would replace it and try to resend it because they didn't, but they did sometimes. But luckily, it didn't happen, and we got them in, and once we put them on for the first time, we already had a general idea, and we used another mask prior to that, but it wasn't us. It didn't fit us really. It just seemed generic. And once we put these new ones on, it just took the whole Hounds of Hades to a new level. And we wear our vest. To be a little bit different, not the same, since we both have the long beards. Up till a week ago, we both had long hair. If you can see, I had to cut it due to getting a little bit older. I mean, and the look just came natural once we put the mask on, and it suits us because with the mask on, the mask off, we're badass to the bone, and we come there to do our business and get out.
I heard that, man. Hey, I can't let us go to this next question though until I ask you one thing here. So now you guys said that you're both fans of Devil's Rejects. What did you guys think about House of a Thousand Corpses? Were you guys fans of that one too?
Yes, of course. I am.
There's a reason I asked that, because I love Devil's Rejects, but personally, I thought House of a Thousand Corpses sucked.
Todd, I know this is supposed to be No Gimmick Podcast and whatnot, but just so you know, brother, the Hounds will be coming for your soul, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right here.
How can you say that movie sucked? You got to see what the family was about. You got to see Captain Spaulding, the star of the movie.
Hey,
you got to be kidding me, man.
my whole thing was I just thought the first one was a bit over the top. I'm a fan of Rob Zombie, although I must say a few things. I did not like what he did with that film, and I didn't like what he did with that second Halloween film that he did. I liked the first Halloween he did. And I really enjoyed Devil's Rejects because Devil's Rejects just came off so real to me. Real life horror. Like the scene in the motel room, that was about as an intense, a scene that you could get. And like I said, it kind of took like the whole like 70s, almost like exploitation, like horror film, kind of almost like gritty grindhouse kind of thing to the next level. But like I said, I just love the realistic, feel of that film. The first one just kind of was more like just like more horror, just over the top gore and all that stuff. So
they're filming the third one now, so we'll.
Now, wait. How the hell is that possible? So are they all going to come back as ghosts, or was that like a dream that they got gunned down at the end? Spoiler alert, my bad. I mean, I know the film came out like 10 years ago, but
I guess
we'll find out. None of us know.
I do believe there's supposed to be some supernatural aspect because, again, the name of the movie is 3 from Hell, so I believe that they are coming back from the dead. Supposedly.
There you go.
Okay.
But
I did not realize that. Okay, I didn't even know.
But we're gonna have to watch to find out. But it's all 3 of them coming again, and it's technically a sequel. So,
Okay. Well, then I think them cops who gunned them down got hell coming for them. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some wrestling here, why don't we? So, Dale, you got a question about how these guys be putting people down in the ring, right?
Yes. So, in one word. For each one of you, was like, what would you say is your ring style in one word?
Each one of you.
One word. Bipolar.
Okay.
Jackson, what would be your one word?
Say that again.
I got 2 words. Aggressive and stiff.
Aggressive and stiff. Okay. All right. All things that make your opponents, shiver in their boots, right? So, hey, speaking of that, what would you guys say has been your most memorable match so far, and what do you feel made it stand out?
Most memorable match to me would have to be our match against the Geordie Bulldogs, which we just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of. What made that so unique was somehow they pulled a timeout spot. Everything stopped. When we come back to, there was poop in my nose, poop on my hand, poop in my mouth.
What?
And my brother was getting kicked in the family jewels. And I think that speaks volumes for itself on just the sense of where the Hounds are willing to go and things that happen. So that would probably stand out the most because, I mean, it was a crappy night, but it was a fun night.
Crappy, literally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Horrible.
My goodness. As the dude from The Wire, you guys ever used to watch that show, The Wire? They used to come on HBO back in the day.
No.
You can't say that I did.
because they had this show called The Wire, man, and there's this one character, his name was Clayton Davis, and one of his catchphrases was "shit." So, anyways, moving on here. I guess the next question I would have for you is, what do you two like and dislike about being in the professional wrestling business?
Jackson, I'll let you go first, brother.
Well, let's see. What I dislike, I'll do first. I dislike how our business is so cutthroat. A lot of people don't like to see other people succeed in our business, and that it really puts a damper on your, on your train of thought of being in the business. You start this business thinking, it's a brotherhood, amongst each other, because we all love this business more than anything. We love wrestling. Most of us all grew up watching wrestling, to where you don't really know who you can trust in this business and who you can't trust, and it's sad, and that's a big dislike. And for the likes, I'm living my dream. I love stepping into that ring, and it's a dream come true. I've wanted to be a wrestler since the first time I even laid eyes on wrestling. I knew immediately that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a fireman. I didn't want to be a garbage guy. I didn't want to be anything else but a wrestler, and I love the fact that I get to do that, and I love that fact that I get to do that with my brother. So, yeah, those are my likes and my dislikes.
Okay, definitely understandable there. So now, Dale, what you got next for these two?
Well, Austin, what are yours?
I'll start with my likes. My likes are pretty simple. I like the fact that I do something that a lot of people don't do. There's people out there who had dreams or goals, and they never see them. They never meet them. A great example is New Year's resolutions. A lot of people go to the gym in January, but you can't find them in March. As for me, I said I would be a pro wrestler. As I can remember being in the 3rd grade on career day saying I'd be a pro wrestler one day. And my grandfather, who was in the Marines, told me, no, you need to think of something realistic, kid. So my grandpa, to this day, I can still look at him and tell him, you know what? I'm a pro wrestler, buddy. So that would be my main like. My dislike is I don't like bitterness, period. I don't like the fact that there's people out there who don't like the cruiserweight division because they're too small. I don't like the fact that there's people out there who don't like hardcore because it's too violent. I don't like the fact that there's people out there who don't like the Ring of Honor style because it's not what they do. I don't like the fact that there's people out there who don't like old school style because it's not what they do. Professional wrestling is entertainment and athleticism, and the UFC has different weight divisions. Art has different styles. Music has different genres. Professional wrestling has different styles. But if we're being technical, Al Snow said it best. Professional wrestling really doesn't have styles unless your name's AJ Styles. Wrestling is an art form, and guess what? I'm an artist. So is my brother. So is everybody else out there who puts their body on the line. Every Shine Squad member, every wrestler, every hardcore guy, even the refs. There's a lot of guys who don't get credit. That's something else I don't like. I think professional wrestling could be a brotherhood, but I think we need to put egos aside, and I think we need to put opinions in our assholes and do our jobs.
Amen. Amen. Couldn't have said it better myself, brother. So, Dale, what you got next for the Hounds of Hades?
All right, so I'm going to throw one out there. Hounds of Hades, Hounds of Justice. But who would you guys prefer to have in a dream match scenario?
Ooh, dream match scenario. Honestly, if I get to answer this one, it's kind of a Mark situation, and they're not necessarily what people would think. But I personally love to wrestle Red Dragon.
Oh, that'd be sick.
This being is, I think they're great at being strong style and technical and entertaining. I know that's not necessarily what most people consider a dream, because we can mix match and all that. I know Jackson will do a better dream scenario than me, but I pick Red Dragon because I guarantee it could happen. Jackson, what you say, bro?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's always things you can say, but in reality of today, a lot of that wouldn't happen. Like, I would love to be able to wrestle the Steiner brothers, but it's not going to happen, because, Rick doesn't wrestle no more. But if I was to say a dream match,
screw Scott Steiner.
With a team that's wrestling today, I would have to say
Name a team from ROH or name a team from WWE.
Well, they were ROH. Now they're in they're in NXT. Mr. Raymond Rowe.
War Machine. Yeah.
I've been a fan of War Machine since they were put together in ROH after they were in the Prospect tournament, and I love their style. I mean, they're semi-similar to me and Austin in a way, but that would probably be the team that there's a long list. I would love to be able to wrestle the Young Bucks, but War Machine would be my number one top.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be good stuff, no doubt, man. So now, last but not least here, our previous guest, Mr. RJ Muthaflippin Morgan, challenged Austin to a hardcore match. So first off, Austin, do you accept Mr. RJ Morgan's challenge, and when do we get to see this gruesome encounter unfold?
First off, I know RJ is a brother of mine, and we Shine Squad members, but somebody should have let him know I love pizza cutters, brother. And when I was hardcore champion in Saturday Night Mayhem, I was infamous for taking pizza cutters across the forehead. So careful. My answer to the challenge is this: RJ, hope you're looking at it, buddy. Look, I'm gonna look directly at you, man. Best of. Let's do the best of 5. You want a hardcore match? Let's do best of 5. If you can make it a match 5, I'll give you the hardcore match. No problem with me, bro. Bookers out there, let's do this.
Hey, you heard it first here on the No Gimmicks Podcast. The gauntlet has been laid down. So RJ Muthaflippin Morgan, Austin has accepted the challenge. Best out of 5. If that goes down in your favor, we're gonna get that hardcore match, and I want front row seats to that encounter.
Yeah.
I will drive.
I love RJ to,
man.
I love RJ to death. But Austin gonna whoop that ass.
Hey, random question, since you just happened to bring that up, Austin. This has nothing to do with wrestling. What's your favorite kind of pizza?
My favorite kind of pizza is pepperoni, mushroom, and sausage. I don't know necessarily why that's my favorite. I'm actually not a huge fan of pepperoni on pizza, but that is a great combination for me. I've liked it since I was a little kid, and every time I go see my father in Ohio, me and him get the same pizza.
Okay.
And so I guess it's kind of a traditional pizza to me.
Jackson, how about you? I know it's not your niche with the pizza cutter, but since it's your brother's, what's your favorite kind of pizza?
I hate pizza.
Okay. If you ever come to Connecticut, Austin, I got you on a slice of pizza, and Jackson, I don't know, man, I'll hook you up with something. There'll be something out here that I'm quite sure you'll enjoy. So we're gonna go ahead and look at wrapping this on up, fellas. So Dale, why don't you help us wrap this on up?
So we want to thank both of you guys for coming on the show. It's been a fun, and at this time, we're gonna toss it over to whichever one wants to talk about whatever shows you guys got coming up.
All right. Coming up, we got Next Evolution Wrestling. The Hounds of Hades will take on Sam Bass and Victor Griff for one more time. We're coming back, and we're coming back strong. We're a little pissed off from what happened at the last show.
Not a little pissed off.
Yeah, not a little pissed off, a lot pissed off. That'll be in Elizabeth City at the Police Academy League, Athletic League building. You can find our details on facebook.com/the Hounds of Hades. Also coming up, we have May 5th, I will be at Rage Wrestling in Roanoke Rapids as a singles competitor. Continuing, I just finished a cruiserweight tournament for them. You will see the Unleashed side of Austin Shadowz there. There is a show coming up in Virginia in April that we're not booked on, but we will probably be in attendance to. It is Billy Gunn versus Al Snow in the main event, Vanguard Championship Wrestling is Norfolk, Jackson?
Yeah, it's in Suffolk, Virginia.
Suffolk, Virginia. Be sure to check that out as well. Quick wrap up. I just want to say thanks to everybody who has supported the Hounds of Hades. Thanks to Sean Denny, Mark Denny, Jackson Shadowz for being with us. Every member of the Shine Squad, Cole Cash D for providing a building. Marty Reed for training Jackson, Amy and Wayne for training Jackson, Dwayne Allen for training me, and you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and other social medias. Just look for the Hounds of Hades. You can definitely know it's us because we're usually holding fireballs.
Yes, sir. Hey, so one thing is for sure, we wish we could sit up here and talk to Jackson Austin all night long, but unfortunately we came to the end of this episode of No Gimmicks Podcast. So thank you for tuning in for our interview with the Hounds of Hades, Austin and Jackson Shadowz. Yeah! We are No Gimmicks, No Image, all wrestling all the time. Please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe on our videos.
No gimmicks. Yeah. No gimmicks, taking over, no limits. Motivation, the truth inside everything you are hearing. Important live, know you feel it. Wrestling is everything that we will know, especially.